Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to ThinkView, and this is Casper. So for the last few weeks, I have been daily driving both the Surface Pro 11 running the Snapdragon X Plus chip and the Surface Laptop 7 running the Snapdragon X Elite chip. And not only that, but I also gave these two devices to my colleagues to try it out. I also know that many of you are wondering should the Snapdragon Laptop be your next device, and because of that, today I want to make a video to outline some quick reminders before you go with your money. The first thing is the operating temperature. You might have heard that in the past, the Surface Pro lineup has had a bad reputation with heat control. Even with the latest Surface Pro 10 running the Intel Core Ultra U series, it still feels warm to the touch when using just regular office tasks. But things has changed. With the new Snapdragon X Plus chip inside, everything is now under control. The surface, pun intended, was just around 30 degrees Celsius under light workload, which is pretty cool. And the things that worth mentioning is that both devices had the same cooling solutions. So this might lead to a conclusion is that both Windows on ARMs and Qualcomm processor are truly power efficient. Second things to notice is the battery life. I've tested both devices under control office routine such as typewriting, doing sheets on Excel and up to some light Photoshop rendering at the same 70% screen brightness. The result is that the Surface Pro 10 just barely held up to 6 hours. Under the same condition, the Surface Pro 11 can last up to 9 hours. That was a huge difference right there. In this case, using the two surfaces to compare to each other is a fair comparison, since they have many similarities like the 48 watt-hour batteries or the identical hardware and build qualities, and the difference in the result comes from the less optimization of the Intel versions. And if battery life was a thing that you care most about, this would be your perfect choice. And as a bonus, you will get to enjoy bringing the laptop to a coffee shop, going off the grid and still not caring about the power brick. And the third thing that I want to talk about is the responsiveness, and this is a clear win for ARM-based machine. Application opening is much quicker on the ARM-based machine compared to the Intel x86. This is because the new version of Windows on ARM is very well optimized, and it has not much to do with the SSD speed. I did test it with a Dell XPS 16, which has a much faster SSD inside, and the app on the Surface still managed to open quicker compared to the Dell XPS. Okay, so let's get to the fourth point, and that is performance. Of course, the Snapdragon laptop is not built for heavy workload, like 3D renderings or gaming, as they are designed for thin light devices in mind. Even in the future, more graphic-intensive software like Premiere Pro or Blender or Revit will run natively on ARM. I don't think they will run great on these devices, because these are more comparable to the MacBook Air, not the MacBook Pro. So for now, maybe these processors will stay in the Ultrabook world. Maybe in the future, Qualcomm will have some upgraded version like the X Pro or X Ultra that is more tuned to high-performance tasks, probably. But that is the future. Today, we only have X Plus and X Elite chip that is perfectly for office tasks. Done! Those are the things that makes the Snapdragon laptop worth buying choice. It's not the gimmicky things like AI, but instead, those things that would benefit your day-to-day usage. However, the next thing I want to do is to share you some drawback that you might want to take note of. The first downside in the list is incompatibility. Most of the apps are running well on this machine thanks to the translation layer called Prism. However, nothing is perfect. Some old peripheral that needs dedicated drivers or some printer it still cannot run at all on its ARM processor. And most of the VPN services is still incompatible at this point, whereas some games that need kernel-level access is still refused to run on a Snapdragon laptop. Even Google Drive for Desktop is straight up saying that this is unsupported Windows architecture, which might be bugging many of you. But in my opinion, this issue will be resolved soon, as we now have great processor and a well-optimized operating system for ARM. So the support for software is just a matter of time. The second drawback is that the AI features are more of a gimmick than a practical thing. Their resistance is just a tool to showcase what is the AI capability of the NPU chip. What I prefer is more functional implementation, like on-device AI or Windows Copilot runtime, but those are still on the line. For now, my advice is that don't bet your money on these marketing buzzwords. Let's base on what they are capable of right now to make the decision. And last but not least is that the Copilot+PC certificate is not exclusive to Snapdragon Laptop, but to any Windows machine that meets the requirements. So this means there are those upcoming Intel Lunar Lakes and AMD Strix Point laptop that are very promising with their battery life and performance, and also AI potential. So soon, the market will be flooded with great offer, which benefit the user like you and me greatly. And that's all the good, the bad, and the ugly from the Snapdragon laptop. Hope this will help you to make the right decision. But if you still have some further questions, please leave a comment and I will help you out. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Casper from ThinkView and see you guys next time.